Hi, Scorpio. What messages and predictions do my spirit guides have for you this month of April 2026? I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, psychic, seer, and modern mystic, bringing you psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides for April 2026. Please be sure to watch your sun sign, your rising sign, and your moon sign to get a more clear and complete picture of what's to come for you in April and perhaps beyond, because timing will be different for all of you in these general readings. Remember, sometimes your rising sign and your moon sign will resonate more for you than your sun sign. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, some months your psychic predictions and messages are coming to you from your cusp sign, so you may want to check that out. So, all that being said, Scorpio, now on to your April 2026 Psychic Tarot reading. And the first card you have is the Seven of Cups. And this is scattered energy, scattered thinking, it can be scattered emotions. Choose wisely from the illusions around you. You could have difficulty in making a decision or a choice. You may feel like you have a lot on your plate, or this could sometimes indicate a dream could come true for you. You're busy, and for some of you, you're keeping yourselves busy. So some of you are just naturally busy, but if you've been feeling bored or, something's changed in your life that you're like, I got to keep active, I got to keep busy. You may feel like you are seeing people in your life pushing your buttons in different ways. So you could have people at work pushing your buttons, people in your family, your kids, any friends. Like, you could feel like people are kind of getting on your nerves, pushing your buttons in multiple different ways or directions. You could be getting yourself indoctrinated into some new course of study, program, plan. Maybe you're joining the military, or you're embarking in a new training program of some sort, or school, or even starting a new job where you have to get indoctrinated with the methods, the techniques, the schedule, the routine, the, lay of the land. Some of you could be going through that in April, and maybe even in May, or possibly June for some of you. If you have things that you want to offer for sale, or, on the internet, or in a business or company you own, you may want to bundle things together and sell them. So let's say you have a bunch of clothes. Maybe instead of selling one item, you want to group them together and sell them in a bundle. Or, something else that you have. Maybe you have dishes or different kitchen utensils, or, something that's like similar, but you could group them together to sell them. This could be something you're doing if you own your own business or company, and you have some kind of product or services you want to group together in some kind of bundle that maybe would be a good promotion for you, and possibly like increase your sales. So you could be bundling things together for sale in that way. Or if you're selling a property, maybe you're like, you know what, I don't have room for this furniture, or you're getting new furniture if you move. Maybe you're going to bundle together your belongings in your home as part of the sale. If you had any time off, vacation, leave of absence, illness, you may feel like you have a lot of things you have to catch up on in this month of April, or maybe even May. Or if there's been a lot of burst of new technology, new way of doing things, you may feel like you have to catch up on the changes of things that are going on in the company you work for, or maybe even out in the world. So the next card in your reading, Scorpio, is the Queen of Pentacles. And this is an earth sign person, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo, sun, moon, or rising sign person. This could be you if you have a sun, moon, or rising sign that is an earth sign. Some of you, you're starting to help this person out. Now, if you have a business, this could be a client or a customer to you, or patient. If you have a family member, a parent, somebody else, a sibling, a parent, you may be part of helping them out to see something through to the end. So they could be at the end of their life, they could be in hospice, or they could be getting some kind of treatment like chemo or some other radiation, some other types of treatment, maybe medical treatment of some other sort. And maybe you want to help them and be there for them and see it through to the end of their treatment. I keep getting the vibe like you feel like they need your help. This could be your significant other. Maybe you have an earth sign person that you're coupled with. You may feel like they need your help in some way. They're looking at you like you're doing everything right. You're dotting all the I's, you're crossing all the T's, you're minding your P's and Q's, as the old saying goes, or, you're just doing things in the right manner, in the right order. So, for some of you, this could even be a boss that's looking at you like, okay, Scorpio's doing a good job. They're really following the rules, the regulations, the protocols, the methods, the way we do things. So it could be even a boss. For some of you, this earth sign person could be helping you out of some kind of sticky situation. Could have to do with legalities, or just help with something going on. So for some of you, they could be helping you. But for some of you, you're the one helping them. I feel like they do well financially, because I get my guides are calling them fruitful. And, the Queen of Pentacles does have fruit right here in the corner of the card. So, but my guides did say she's fruitful, or he, if it's a male. This earth sign person is fruitful. They may also have a lot of kids, or they do well financially and they have a big family. It could be both. But I do get this sense like, don't be surprised if this is somebody you have to take to doctor's visits or appointments of other kinds. Or maybe this is somebody that's laid up and they can't get out, and you're getting their mail, you're picking up food for them at the food store, so you could be helping them out, like running errands for them. So the next card in your reading, Scorpio, is the Eight of Pentacles, and this is the card of the apprentice, learning a new craft, learning a new skill, starting a new job, starting a new business, and gaining financial gain and reward from what you're working on or learning. And it can also mean you're really focusing on doing a good job. Some of you are starting to build a business or a company. Now, some of you could be starting at a new business or a new company. So it could be a new job for you, for some of you, or you're starting the new business or company yourself. I feel it's really important for you to watch everything you're doing, especially following rules, laws, regulations when it comes to if you're starting a business. There's a lot of things that you have to set in place. And if it's a store that people can walk in, you have to have certain kinds of insurance And, maybe you need a handicap ramp and you need special fire safety approval, all those things. So you could be going through a lot of practical, organizational, and handling of things to get something up and off the ground and running. If you've been listening to somebody recently that I don't know how recent it has to be, but where somebody's talking about some kind of product, and you may feel like, hey, look at the great business that this person did off of offering this particular product or service. So you may feel like you want to do that now. So you could be getting involved. Maybe you're going to make candles or make soaps and lotions. And you've been watching somebody do it and you got the necessary equipment and you're going to start making it and marketing it and selling it. It could be something that you do. I'm just using that as an example. I saw somebody do that the other day and I was like, I know somebody that actually made soap. And they had another business, but they started making soap and they sold it in their business. They had a metaphysical store where they sold candles and incense and books and crystals and things of that nature. But the woman in the partnership there knew how to make soaps. So she would make soaps and then she sold it in the store and then marketed it around to other people. So I'm using that as an example, but you could have seen somebody making something or selling a particular product and you may think, hey, I know where I can get that and I'm going to turn around and put my own label on it and I'm going to market it and sell it. It could also be a service. It doesn't have to be only a product, but some of you have been watching somebody do this and you're like, okay, I think this is something I want to do. If you're looking for a new job, this could be the month that you get hired, that you find a job, interview for it, and get hired. So before we go on to cards number 4 and 5, I just want to jump in here and let you know that I have some new video series you might be interested in getting. My What's Lucky and New for You in 2026 Psychic Tarot and Oracle card readings are available for each sign of the zodiac. I do the What's Lucky and New for You every year, and they are a very popular video series. You might want to get both your sun sign and your rising sign in those videos. Also, my full moon lunar eclipse in Virgo, March 3rd, 2026, affects Psychic Tarot, Crystal, and Oracle card readings for each sign of the zodiac are available. These eclipses, we had one in February where I used the same format, the one in Aquarius. I use the same format in this one, and you may want to get these because you're being affected by these eclipses 6 to 9 months or even up to a year. So you may want to check them out and get your sun sign and your rising sign in those video series or whatever sign normally resonates with you on the readings I put on YouTube and Rumble. These videos are all available on my Vimeo on-demand videos and on my Patreon shop. Those links are posted down below, and eventually they go over to my website, theluckymermaid.com, on the videos page. Also, my psychic crystal readings for April 2026 are available. They are a continuation and an expansion of the psychic tarot readings I'm doing right now, And you may also want to get March's readings, because I've got to tell you, timing is different for all of you in these general readings. So things I've predicted in March could be happening in April or later on. Just like this April reading, these messages are going to happen. Not all of them will happen to you in April. So you may want to check out the psychic crystal readings for each sign of the zodiac. Also, my Neptune in Aries psychic tarot and oracle card readings for each sign of the zodiac are available. I was listening to an astrologer and it reminded me that I need to talk about these still, because Neptune in Aries is lasting for 14 years. It went in on October of 2025. It retrograded back into Pisces for a little bit. But as of January of this year of 2026, it will be Neptune in Aries for the next 14 years until March of 2039. These videos are very long, so you may want to check them out and see how Neptune in Aries is going to affect you. And you may want to get your sun sign and your rising sign in that video series. So now on to your card number 4. So card number 4 in your reading is the Emperor. And this is a card that symbolizes a strong male figure that's either living or deceased. It could be a paternal figure, a father, grandfather, great-grandfather, or someone like a father figure to you. It could be a husband, an ex, a boss, a brother, an uncle. Could be connected to Aries, the sign of Aries. You could be the Emperor. The Emperor can also be like an authority figure that you have to deal with. This could be somebody that you're making some kind of plans to travel with or travel to go see. This could also be somebody that wants to take you under their wing. They could be a mentor, a professor, a teacher, a boss. It could be a relative that's looking at you protectively, or somebody that wants to take you under their wing and show you the ropes, teach you something, or be protective of you. Don't let authority people scare you or throw you off your game this month. If you work at a company or business, or even within a family situation, if somebody comes into your life in April, May, or maybe even June that you don't normally have to deal with, and they have power and authority, and they like to, I don't know if I want to say throw it around, but they have a lot of presence, a strong presence. Don't let yourself be rattled by that. Don't let this person's energy throw you off your game. Just keep doing what you're doing and, doing the best you can in whatever situations it is, and it's all going to be fine. So don't let yourself be intimidated by anybody that's wielding power and authority around you in April, May, or June. Some of you may need to see a lawyer. There may be something that pops up in your life that you are preparing to take to court. And you may be talking to a lawyer or a judge. So you could be preparing for a case that you want to start, or maybe a court case is coming at you and you need to consult a lawyer. So some of you, this could be a figure that has connections to law. This could be somebody that you're like, well, this is the professional. I'm going to hand this stuff over to this professional. So it could even be somebody else that's like really smart, in charge, has their act together, and you are, going to be working with them or hiring them to do something for you. If you're dealing with this emperor, you may need to make a list. You may need to leave directions. You may need to write a list of specific things you want to see dealt with or handled that you may be giving to the emperor. So the last card in your reading is the Six of Pentacles, and this is giving charitably, generously, and freely to others. It's also could be receiving charity and generosity from others. It can indicate the balance of give and take, or this could mean financial success coming to you in the future. Some of you are going to find out that you're getting a raise and you're either getting it this month or next month. There could be somebody that holds the doorway open to you into some kind of partnership, relationship that could really boost your finances. It could be like a business partnership, or some opportunity gets opened up for you at your job where your boss or a manager or a supervisor or higher up opens the door for you for some, like, short-term or long-term venture that could end up making more money for you at your job. If you had any kind of court cases or any situations where you handled things efficiently, successfully, and appropriately, you could be getting money coming to you as like from a court case or a job well done. You could be receiving a bonus or a commissions check, because some of you have handled something really well and you could get rewarded for it now or in the next few months. And it would be probably through money, like getting more money, getting a raise, a bonus, or a commissions check or something like that. If you are one of the Scorpios that gets hired for a new job, I feel that this job, I don't know whether it starts off paying you more money right off the bat, although it might, but you will make more money at this job than you did at your previous job. You could be making wills, trust funds, you could be or certain accounts that you could be developing and putting money aside for one of your kids or grandkids or somebody else that you're like, I want to make sure that this family member, or could be multiple family members, are going to be taken care of. So you could be writing a will or a trust fund or some other structured financial thing that would make sure somebody is getting money or getting taken care of in the future. This could be a time where you are really fixated on making money or your finances. If you invested money in the stock market or crypto market or in precious metals, you could really be paying a lot of attention to what's the market doing, how is, different things you're invested in. You could really be paying a lot of attention to that in this month of April. It may have already been started even in March or February. So the best gemstone crystal I got for Scorpios to work with, use, and wear in the month of April 2026, you got clear quartz. And clear quartz enhances psychic ability and aids in concentration and memory. Clear quartz also stimulates the immune system and brings the body back into balance. This gemstone can also harmonize the chakras and help align the subtle bodies. It's going to be like a spring cleaning kind of gemstone for you, where if you wear it or carry it, it's going to feel like cleansing to you, like you feel fresh and clean. And that could be your physical body, but it may be like your auras, your chakras. It could be very clearing and cleaning to your energies. If you do scrying, which is, like my crystal, I look into it, that's scrying. If you scry a clear quartz crystal, you may find that even if you feel like, oh, I can't do that, that doesn't work for me, if you gaze into it, what pops into your mind? What memories does it invoke, or what does it make you think of? Why do you think that wouldn't be psychic predictions and energy? It's speaking to your psychic ability. So you could really see strongly into your future by looking into quartz, or just looking at it and meditating on it might bring you some kind of special insight or idea that could be very useful and helpful to you. I feel like it's also a gemstone that would help release and relieve tension in your back, especially upper back and lower back. I'm not saying it wouldn't help your back anyway in the middle, but I get upper back and tension in your neck and upper back, or at the very lowest point of your spine. So you could get some relief, physical relief from this gemstone. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell and all, and that way you'll get notified when I upload my videos here to YouTube. And if you're interested in any of the special videos I record on very specific topics, bringing you more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides, you can get them on my Vimeo on-demand videos and also on my Patreon. I've created a list you can read here on this slide. They are also linked below this video in the description box and on my website. Eventually, they get over on my website at theluckymermaid.com on the videos page. So I hope you all have an absolutely amazing month of April, and know that I wish you many blessings and peace.